Hey Sagittarius, it's Empress Rose here. Welcome to your reading, general reading. Take what works, leave what doesn't. There is over on Vimeo a love-focused reading for you. It's talking about maybe the possibility that you might not need the closure you think you need, and to maybe, yeah, there might have been a little bit of an ending that you don't understand. So that's what's going on over there. But over here, we're going to do a traditional tarot spread, and it'll be on whatever it wants to be. It'll be whatever it is. It might be on love too. We don't know. Ooh, we have the Star card. Very lucky. The Star card is sort of the wink from the universe telling us that, yes, our dreams are possible. Yes, we might be able to actually make this happen, and that they are getting closer. So it's a little bit of a wink from the universe. Who else got this? That you could get something pretty cool. That dreams can and do come true. I don't see the Star card as the full manifestation of the dream, but I do see the Star card as a step in that direction, or a little bit of encouragement from the universe. Past, present, inner landscape, let's say issue, environment, to-do list, possible outcome. Fascinating. All right, Sagittarius, in the recent past, we have Page of Earth. You started a new job or you did something in reality. This Page of Earth, it fascinates me because there's actually a lot of earth here. So this could be related to health, work, time, anything you spend your time on. Very 3D stuff, very much about actual existence, not feeling necessarily, not inspiration necessarily, not spirituality necessarily, not, I forget what the other one is. Yeah, it's about reality and how you live it. Your house, your home, your job, your car, something. So, Page of Earth. You got a new thing, a new situation, a new job, a new car, a new something. It was very cool. This wasn't your first card. That's what I find fascinating about this deck and how she does Page of Earth here is it's not the first thing. There's a lot more coming where that came from. But it is a sense of like, yes, I did this. This happened. This really happened. I put a lot of work into something and it began. So Page of Earth has quite a student vibe to it, a beginning at a job, beginning at something. You're a beginner again here. So in the recent past, you were a student. You were a beginner. In the current situation, we have Three of Earth. This is the consultation. This is the consultation, co-workers, group vibe. So one of the things that I see here is it is my consultation card. It is like you may be hiring someone. You may be being the person hired to come in on a group. With this, everyone's very different and everyone brings different skills. So it's okay if you're the only corvid in this group. It's okay if you're the only fox in this group. I tend to see you as the fairy here, and you wanted the apple, but you needed the help from these two very smart critters, very smart people coming in. You want the best. If you're going to get a consultation, if you're going to hire someone, if you're going to hire a plumber, if you're going to hire somebody, or you're going to work with someone, you do want the best. Even though there might be a price to pay at some point. So, so you started off on something, but now you're reaching out. You're working. This could be like starting off as a student, and now here's teamwork coming in here. So it is a team coming together to achieve a common goal. So I wonder if they're going to, we have 3 apples here, so it's possible. So I think the hint is that everybody gets paid here. Everybody gets something that they want out of this, but they do have to work together. There's no harvest. This fox isn't going to be able to get the apple by itself. The corvid could get the apple, but it'll be bruised when it falls on the ground. So there's just a sense of everybody needing each other and a strong sense of teamwork here is what I'm seeing. I like this card. I think possibly my favorite depiction of three of Earth or 3 of Coins is this teamwork. I think the thing is that everybody here is very smart. Nobody here is half-assing it, and nobody here is not trying to work. Everybody here like is really good at what they're doing. So you might have mentors, or this isn't really a mentor card here. This is more of an agreement between equals or something. So in your hopes, your fears, your inner landscape, what you're thinking about is Page of Water. The Page of Water, again, we have another person here, and we have 3 people here. So the Page of Water, there's emotions. There's maybe surprising emotions going on inside you that you didn't, maybe emotions you've never had before or you've never experienced before, despite, you know, having been an emotional person your whole life and having emotions and feelings your whole life. There's something new or maybe surprising. Maybe this isn't the first time you felt this, but you weren't expecting this. So maybe some unexpected feelings, like, especially when we're working with groups and other people that you are working with. You could be very proud to be working with these people. You could be unexpectedly, you know, developing feelings for one of these people here. You could be, but the Page of Water, she looks very happy here, but it can be like any emotion that we find surprising. Are you feeling insecure as you work with these other experts in this group? Do you feel like you're the one that doesn't belong in this group? There could be a lot of like questions you have about these feelings, but I like how you're looking at them though. You're not just like, feelings, or you're not just like, never mind, whatever that is, or I'm just going to act out and not really look at them and examine them. So the Page of Water, this is a student of feelings. This is someone who's just at the beginning, but they're always very curious about them. They're not freaked out by the feelings. They're not running away from the feelings. They're just a little surprised, and that's fine, right? When we're first surprised, sometimes we can't always control our reaction. So you could also be thinking about someone that maybe someone in this group there has a crush on you. Maybe you have a crush on somebody else. There could be like just thinking about these feelings and thinking about someone else who has feelings. What's at issue here? It's Queen of Earth reversed. This is like, so this could be a person or this could be a vibe. So being a queen, it indicates that it could very much be an individual here. This person doesn't know what to do next. They don't have a plan next. They don't have like next steps laid out. They're not sure what they want out of a situation, possibly. It's also possible that they haven't been able to reach sort of the next level. Maybe they haven't, this could be you, this could be somebody else. They haven't gotten the promotion that they want, or they don't even know how to get there. They don't even know what this process looks like. There's just like a sense of, I don't know how to grow this. Which it might seem weird because they might look on the outside like they do know everything and that they do know what they're doing. But they don't have like a clear goal in mind. I'm not really getting malevolent energy here, or someone who's like trying to undermine this group work. But if you are working in a group with this reverse Queen of Earth, this person isn't very goal oriented. They're not going to be able to come through on their side of things very much. No, they're not going to. They're going to show up to the next, if they show up to the next meeting, they'll not be ready. They'll have nothing prepared. They won't have done their part. In a large, I mean, we can guess at their motives, but they don't know what they want out of the situation. They don't know how to do it. You know how sometimes like people that aren't very mature, if they don't know how to do something, they just won't do it. And they might like blame other people or come up with an excuse rather than like ask questions or admit that they don't know how to do something. They just won't do it and then like kind of make it everybody else's problem. When the truth is they just didn't know how. So they didn't turn in the assignment or they didn't do something, but they just don't know how. This is someone that just doesn't know how to like move forward with a career or with a project. They may get overwhelmed. They may have like ADD. I don't want to, obviously we can't diagnose people on tarot, but this is someone who might have some scattered energy. Not that that's a bad diagnosis, but if it's undiagnosed, it can be difficult. It can create additional difficulties, including some shame around not being able to finish things or accomplish things the way other people do. So this could be someone struggling with that. They may not even know that's what they're struggling with, or that's where this is all their sort of failures or failure to show up, prepared for things. They may not realize that there's like a cognitive issue going on that could be helped. That's the message I'm getting. So here we have 4 fire in the environment. There's a next level here. There's someone maybe getting a promotion. There's a celebration of something in real life. Like there's a celebration here of this next level, right? They're emerging. The cocoon stage is done. The caterpillar stage is done. Now the cocoon stage is done. And now we get to emerge into a whole new stage of life. So there's some sort of celebration about moving on to a new stage. It's not completed. It's not the ultimate stage. It's not, it's just there is something like a leveling up. So if this is you and you started off like the pages are freshmen here, the pages are our freshmen. And this is you get to go to your sophomore year, you get to go to the next level. So, and this is happening, right? This is exciting. So, so you get to go to the next level here, or somebody's moving on to the next level. Hopefully it's everybody all at once, and not just everybody but you moving up to the next level. So there is sort of a graduation here. It's not that you've completed your whole life and now you get to retire. That's the 10 of Earth, but it's a 4. It's a 4. So you get to celebrate a little bit. It's the softest, gentlest place in our Kabbalah tree of life. It's a little bit like cotton candy. It's really delicious moment here. Worthy of celebrating, especially in our like modern mishmash culture. We don't have a lot of like rites of passage that we celebrate. So the graduations, the engagements, all of that should be celebrated. Those are our rites of passage. And so they need to be celebrated as such, and allowing ourselves to know that we are at the next level now, and we get to embody and grow into that next level. So in your to-do list here, we have Ace of Water, which is really interesting because you were thinking about this page of water here. This is what's on your mind. These are very similar energies. They're beginnings of emotional journeys. And look at, we have this, really love this card. I don't really know why, but it's this sense, there's like divine protection of something here. And there's just this bright, new, joyful beginning. It's so beautiful and so hopeful and so exciting. And there's a lot of promise to it, which is what we're getting with this star card here. It's emotional. It's okay to be emotional about this. If you're hitting some sort of rite of passage, some sort of leveling up, be emotional about it. I want to talk about like grayness, and then these sort of fog and these sort of beacons that come into the fog. So a lot of our life is a little bit foggy. We don't know what to do, or maybe we're on a path and it's very laid out and it's very clear and regular, or we're in some sort of fog. We don't know what to do next. We know we're coming up on some transitions or some changes in our lives, but we're not quite sure how to navigate them. And then we see the lighthouse and we see this light, and it contrasts with the fog. It contrasts with either darkness or fog or mundane stuff. And it's very bright and it's very clear. So there's like a very clear, crystal clear emotion and feeling coming in here for you. And it might contrast with everything else that's going on. It might contrast, but it'll be very clear. So it's interesting as a to-do list, because I don't think you're doing anything here. I think you're just experiencing a feeling and an emotion. It's very light. It's very exciting. It's very promising. So we have you at the beginning of an emotional journey, and 2 cards here, looking at it I think allowing it to be crystal clear how you feel and not fighting it, not arguing with it, not denying it, but allowing yourself to be surprised at how clear this feeling is. And yeah, just being really intent on it. And there's an additional sense here of like personal growth as part of this. There's a sense of divine, it does feel like it comes from there's a sense of being held here by the divine, by the universe. So what do you have coming up? Four of Earth. Could be, so this could be time out energy, but like a honeymoon or a trip or something that's just time out of time, because it's not all of the Earth. And then it's another four, but the four comes in with indulgence sometimes, as overindulgence. And the four of Earth, they're opposed, the four and the Earth. The Earth wants to be on the left-hand side of the Kabbalah, but the four is on the right-hand side. So there's something that goes a little bit like clingy. You might, right? If you're leveling up, you're a sophomore now, let's say you started out as a freshman, now you're a sophomore, you went through some sort of like ceremony, now you're a sophomore, and then this would be you like, I'm a sophomore. And like, yeah, well, there's juniors and seniors too, honey. So, but this is like, yeah, be proud of it, but also don't make an identity out of it. Don't cling to it. Don't think it's better than the four of Earth. Sometimes it feels a little insecure. Like it's like a leveling up, and then it might be followed by some insecurity. She chokes the life out of something by holding it too tightly. So this is talking to me about, I had a babysitter growing up, and she had a parakeet named Charlie. And Charlie had, Charlie laid eggs because there was, you know, some misgendering at birth here. So Charlie laid eggs, and so Violet gave me the egg to take to my second grade class, and she told me to be very careful with it. And I was very careful with it. I held it so tightly that I crushed it in front of the class because I was being so careful and so tight with it. And so that is the feeling I'm getting from this, is this like choking off of the crushing it, because being so overprotective of life, of something of value. Yeah, it does have value, but it doesn't have all the value, and it certainly doesn't have this much value. And it's a little too much. It's like too much clinging. So this is just coming in as a bit of a warning, I think, to, yes, this is gorgeous. Yes, this is a new beginning, but you don't need to make an identity here. Don't stay here forever. This is a place that you move through, and don't cling to it. And this clinging is going to choke the life out of it. And what this situation needs is for something to thrive. It needs some spring here. You're excited because you see the glimmer of that, the glimmer of spring, but don't cling to spring, because you want to let summer come in, and summer isn't going to get here if you never let these seeds germinate, because you keep digging them up and looking at them, and you keep fiddling with them, and you keep, you know, petting your seeds, and you know, it's just a little too attentive here. So you might come into a time period where if it's a time period where you need to pay close attention, that's great. If it's like a permanent lifestyle, that's going to be a problem. So, all right, what does Sagittarius have to look forward to here? Well, we're taking 3 apparently. Guardians of the Land. This is a popular card lately. Guardians of the Land, protection. I like that because I felt a sense of protection here. And I think this sense of protection is going to allow you to hold a new beginning a little more lightly, and to not quite choke the life out of it. Hold it a little more lightly. So Guardians of the Land, protection. You are protected, and I think that this is something that you want to protect as well. You just need to be smart about it, how you're going to protect that, and not inadvertently crush it while you're trying to protect it. And then we have Earth Spirit. So again, we have more of Earth here. We have more about job, money, health, something like that. So we have another Earth card coming in here. Earth Spirit, stability. Again, you don't want to like cling to stability, but you want to allow its stability to come through. And that's what I was talking to you about here, is like sort of stability with this like bright light that comes through to it. that gives guidance and hope, actually, because we have the Star card here. And it looks to me like the Star card is actually going to be, the star comes to you. There's a sense of almost being able to touch the dream. Earth spirit here, stability. Stability is there. I don't think you need to call it. I think it allows for something to come in and something to leave, because the stability is provided. And it's quite literally laying a foundation of protection and whatever that allows some of this more exciting energy to come through. And then bluebird spirit, happiness. Ooh, I love that. The bluebird of happiness. We've got a little unicorn back here. And I would be on the lookout for a bluebird showing up. Protection, stability, happiness. So yeah, that's what this looks like. Very happy moment. Roll with it. Be happy in the moment. Don't cling to it, but definitely indulge in it. I think the stability makes the happiness more something that you can roll with for a while, understanding that there is a lot of stability and protection behind that. So you're safe to celebrate, you're safe to be happy here, is what I'm getting. All right, I hope that was helpful for you, Sagittarius. If you want, you can join me over on Vimeo for discussing whether or not you need closure on this particular relationship. And otherwise, we'll chat again later.